So hey Adam, I have a surprise for you.
Oh, what is it, Tim? I love surprises.
I can't tell you right now. You just gonna have to wait 6 hours and 26 minutes and 33 seconds.
Why? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. It's time once again for a brand new episode of As the Buckle Turns. I'm Adam.
I'm Tim.
And this week we've got a bunch of news. We got results. We've got some talking points finally to go over.
Yeah.
But right
Adam,
away, Tim. Yeah, what?
But I'm sad.
Why are you
I don't
sad?
have the editing power anymore.
You got it for 1 week, and you did a pretty good job with it. I gotta say that.
So you're saying I'll get the Tim show?
I mean, you have to do all of the work on the Tim show. Then I might publish it. I might publish it for you.
Yeah. Work? Adam, we do a wrestling show where we review wrestling that we actually don't really watch.
It's difficult sometimes to really catch up with everything.
I know, there's so much, but
We try to catch as much as we can.
Unlike someone, I actually watched the show we're about to go over.
I wasn't home to be able to watch the show. Okay?
It was on Sunday.
Oh.
How are you not home?
Never mind then. I was home. I thought it was Saturday.
Yeah, but I think a lot of people thought it was Saturday.
Yeah.
Like, I remember it was Sunday because it was so weird that it was on a Sunday. But anyway, just so everyone knows, and still your predictions champion.
Yes,
Adam,
Tim,
I want my belt.
You are the predictions champion once again.
I want my belt.
Congratulations.
I want my belt. I
have no idea what you're talking about here.
I see it. Send it to me.
Belt?
By pigeon.
Belts? What are those?
All right. So
no
Adam,
idea.
I did say in the cold opener, I do have a surprise for you. And if you actually look at our results, my streak is not 4. It's 3. I had decided to go with your favor that the double draws that we had back to back ended my streak.
Okay.
So I figured what we would do is if we have a draw, which we shouldn't have anymore because we have some solutions that we'll talk about with the next predictions.
Yeah.
But if somehow we forget that and we have a draw, it will be if one draw happens, it doesn't end a streak. Anything more than one will.
Okay. I like that.
It's double. So, but I still have 3 wins straight. You have 3 losses straight instead of the 4 for that.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I would actually be at if I didn't do that, I'd have to be at 5. I'd be at 5 and you'd be at -5.
Wow.
So
that hurts.
The pressure's on for come Revolution at the end of the month.
I really hope that I pull this one out.
But not as much pressure as you would have been to try to stop me from breaking the streak of 5. But
So,
but if I continue on this streak, you're not that long away from having that pressure.
Okay.
But
all right.
Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go over the results of Takeover Portland, and I actually got to watch this. I actually watched it live. It was great. It was a good show. I'm not too keen on some of the booking.
Okay.
In some of the directions, but it was still an excellent show. So, Adam, what did you hear about the show?
Not much of anything, actually. I really didn't hear too much.
You know the results though, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did hear about the Keith Lee match.
Oh my.
Oh yeah, no. On Monday I was listening to the Wrestle Talk recap.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I just want to put an image in your head.
Okay.
Keith Lee.
Yep.
Doing a hurricanrana.
That's a thing that probably happened.
Yeah, it did happen. This match, these guys are beefy men, and I don't really like beefy men matches because they're slow.
Yes.
They may be hard hitting, but they're usually really poor. Like, they're not so slow. They're like ancient slow.
I mean, it's no Yokozuna versus Mabel.
Any basically big show, big man match.
Okay.
But no, this was actually it was, they were slow at times, but it was a pretty fast pace for it, and it was hard hitting and packed with big spots. And it wasn't just like them going to big spots; it made sense.
All right.
And it was great. And apparently the feud is going to continue because the David Kojak came out last night at NXT. We're recording on a Thursday, by the way. And said he's not done. He can't get rid of because he had him beat, but his back gave out on a Spanish fly, yada, yada, yada. Keith Lee says, yeah, make excuses you want. I beat you, but you know what? If you want another shot, I'll give you it to you. So,
all right.
Apparently the plan is the next match will actually be some kind of stipulation to it.
Okay.
So, I would love to see either a last man standing or like a ladder match or something like that.
Okay.
But I think a last man standing match would probably be a better one. But yeah, the match was excellent. This is the match that would have had me locked in for the win from the start without realizing it. If I went with Keith Lee. I knew Keith Lee was going to win. I went with David Kojak because I really wanted Keith Lee to be saying, no, we're going to put it on him. We're going to send Keith Lee off to the main roster to capitalize on his success there before that dies out. Unfortunately, they decided not to do that, but oh well. But I had a feeling, I knew Keith Lee was going to win this one. We both did.
Yeah.
But excellent match. And
which is why I chose Keith Lee. Of course he did. I don't even remember who I chose anymore right now.
Yeah, you did pick Keith Lee.
All right. Smart move.
The next matchup we had was the match you got wrong.
Yeah, but whatever.
This was the Dakota Kai and Tegan Nox street fight, which we saw Tegan Nox finally lose a match in this feud because of interference by Raquel Gonzalez re-debuting, because she used to be Regina Gonzalez, I believe.
Okay.
Basically, she was a big woman who was a threat, but a jobber.
Ah, okay.
Now she's re-debuting with the name Raquel Rodriguez Gonzalez. She's lost a bunch of weight.
Okay.
Which was good for her, but yeah, re-debuting, pushing Tegan Nox a harsh bump off the turnbuckle onto the table that hit too close, so it dropped instead of broke.
Oh.
And leading to Dakota Kai picking up a victory. And Kai sold like I don't know why you came out here. Are you gonna attack me now? Are you? Type of thing. So,
what's going on here?
But they officially have become friends and are working together. And we were also given a rematch between the two of Dakota Kai and Tegan Nox in 2 weeks in a cell match.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter that she has to back up because she's going to be in a cage. Which absolutely means Raquel will get into the cage.
Yeah, probably.
Every single time. we're going to put this cage around you so people can't get in. And people get into the cage.
It's a WWE thing. Really, it is.
I know.
Like, every time they have a cage match, somebody gets involved. Or they prevent the winner from crawling out of the cage.
Yeah. It all depends on the stipulation of the cage, whether you have to escape or you can pin.
Yeah.
Because they constantly go back and forth. I think they just got to the point where you can do either now.
Yes.
But
and I don't like
it.
it.
Time where one time it was you had to escape the cage. The next time it was, oh no, it's a pin or submission. No escape. It doesn't matter if you escape. It's like, make up your fucking minds, people. But again, another excellent match. And actually one of the best matches of the card, in my opinion. I'm just a little disappointed that they decided to go along the lines of there continues momentum that Dakota Kai can't win. So now she needs help to win. Well, that's the reason why she turned heel in the beginning. But then you had that brutal heel turn at War Games that it was just like, I'd rather have seen her that heel turn be the thing that triggered that she doesn't need help.
Right.
She's that good. She realizes she's just brutal now. But sometimes you need the cowardly heel.
Yeah, it's a trope.
Interesting note, though.
Yes.
This takeover was Tegan Nox's takeover debut. Even though she showed up at War Games, she did not wrestle at War Games. So this was her debut wrestling.
Oh, okay.
By the way, Tegan, no offense, but if you want your pants to stay up and not have your thong showed, you might need to get tighter pants.
Ooh.
That's all. I mean, it wasn't a big deal. It wasn't like her pants were dropping. It was just that. It was obvious. And she did try to pull them up there, but it was just like, okay. But yeah, so that was a good matchup. We then had it was Finn Balor versus Johnny Gargano in the match of the night, in my opinion.
Wow, the third match of the evening was the match of the night.
To me, this was a better match because while there were definitely times when you thought it could go either way. I had a strong belief that Finn was going to win, but there were definitely a few times when I was like, oh, they are going to give it to Johnny, which is always great when you're sure for a fact.
Well, yeah.
The result does turn out. But what came of it was when Johnny was going to try to put Finn through the announce table. Finn changed it and fought out of it and did a running launch drop kick into the off the announce table into the guard.
Oh, wow.
Then threw him into the ring, hit the coup de grace, and then hit the 1916 DDT for the win.
Whew.
And not just pinned him, really the demon type pose over him.
Oh, wow.
So clean victory for Finn. And there's a rumor that he is actually going to be going over to NXT UK for the next film dates.
Okay.
I wonder why. Oh, that's right. They announced NXT UK Takeover in Dublin in April.
Well, of course, he'll be a hometown type of thing.
You know what the main event should be then, right?
What?
Finn versus Walter.
Ooh, I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
I want Finn Balor versus Walter at TakeOver at Dublin. We'll see.
Because the problem is, you either have to sell Finn as somebody who, can be beaten by Walter, or you have to sell Finn as the guy who defeated Walter.
Well, see, here's the thing, though. Depending on when, if they actually had the UK Championship, NXT UK Championship defended at TakeOver, Where is WrestleMania this year?
Tampa Bay.
That's right. It's right near me. God damn it. I keep forgetting it. Tampa.
Yeah, it's WrestleMania 36.
Like they did last year with when Volter won the title.
Yeah.
If he does and he retains, or if he doesn't defend it there, he'll have been champion over a year.
Right.
So, I think Finn would be a great person to be the one to take that off Volter. First off,
yeah, elevate it.
Keeps him away from the NXT Championship for a little bit longer because we eventually will go there.
Yep.
You can set up Velveteen Dream to take on Adam Cole to win that, and then Finn to get more massive. He could beat him at like SummerSlam Takeover.
Okay. All right, I don't mind it.
So that's just what my thinking is. But it'll be interesting to see what his role will be involved there because he's going to be involved. It's Ireland.
Of course. Sorry. Of course he will.
It doesn't make sense for the NXT United Kingdom to go to Ireland since it's not part of the kingdom.
No, it's not.
I'm waiting for NXT Takeover Sydney when they go to Australia.
Ooh, yeah.
Because that's still part of the United Kingdom.
So is technically Canada.
Yeah, technically. But yeah, then we went into the second women's match of the night. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, there was two.
There were two of them.
Yes. It was a shorter matchup between Rhea Ripley defending the NXT Women's Championship against Bianca Belair. So glad that WWE decided not to do the gender swap thing because that would have been confusing.
Yeah.
But, this was a pretty solid match. It was shorter. It was not as good as the street fight, but you had two intense matches, like three intense matches back to back. You needed a shorter matchup that wasn't as packed, but that was still really good. This was nowhere as slow or tedious as the last few Shayna Baszler matches when she was champion for a takeover, because those were just painful at sometimes.
So the weird part is this match is 6 seconds longer than the street fight.
Really?
Yep.
I swear the street fight was actually a little bit longer. It was a longer match.
6 seconds shorter.
Damn. Okay. But yes, this was how long? What was the time for both?
13:24 for the street fight, and for the championship it was 13:30.
Okay. Yeah, they should have gotten a little bit more time, I think, but I can understand the street fight being shorter because it's they were brutal. You don't want that going on for too long. But they could have gone a little bit longer, like at least give them 15 minutes for the NXT Women's Championship. But overall, it was still a good match. It was a great showing for Bianca Belair.
Yeah.
Great showing. And then we had the Queen interrupt Rhea's celebration to let her know she thought about it and said she'll see her at WrestleMania.
Oh, yay. Charlotte and Rhea at WrestleMania. Does this mean that Charlotte will be holding the NXT Championship?
I doubt it. I don't think they'll do that, but
what would be great becomes a triple threat match.
Well, I was about to get to that because on her way out of the ring, Charlotte decided to get some payback on Belair for the attack at Takeover for NXT as well. And there's, I guess Belair has said on NXT last night that she does want to get her hands on Charlotte, so we might get a one-on-one match at some point. I think it would be great if they did turn into a triple threat match because it would be a nice little. Because she did get Belair got some heat and got help elevate the storyline for between her and Ripley by dissing Flair in that. So
yeah,
keeping that like a triple threat for WrestleMania would actually be a good thing, and it could also be a way of using it as a call up for Belair.
Yeah,
it was for the NXT Women's Championship call up as well.
Yeah.
But time will tell for that. Then we had the Undisputed Era lose to the Bruiserweights.
The Broserweights.
In a hard-hitting, at times a little bit hilarious matchup. Matt Riddle trying to get the crowd to chant, how much fish could Bobby Fish cook if Bobby Fish could cook wood? Continuously. And they both had a shirt on that said this.
Instead of how much fish could Bobby Fish fish if Bobby Fish could fish?
Yeah. Maybe it was fish.
Okay.
I don't remember. It was that kind of lame. It was main roster levels of ugh.
Yeah. It sounds like it's a lot of ugh.
It was a little like that. At least at that part, there were some other funny moments, but
okay.
And they even went to I'll give them major props for this because they did what they even hinted on what everyone thought was going to happen. Because everyone was thinking Dunn would turn on Riddle because they cost the match, and so they even put a spot in there before they won to hint at it, like, oh, see, this is how they're going to do it. I even said it. And then they turned around and won, thus giving me the victory because we tied, and if it wasn't for a title change, you would have won the tie because you picked 0 title changes. So I was literally, when this happened, was like, yes, I won, but fuck you. Stay tuned to one of our topics to figure out why I said that.
Yeah.
Moving on to Adam Cole successfully defending the NXT Championship or Goldie against Tommaso Ciampa.
Damn it, Goldie needs to come home.
This was an excellent matchup. The constant selling of the neck injury.
Yeah.
His neck, because he targeted it, was great. It was just masterfully done. Again, you know stable end is coming when you start constantly having to use the babyface can take everyone out.
Yeah.
But on their own element. But they did come back and hit on the high-low. But it came down to Adam Cole trying to bring the belt in. It didn't work. Oh no. It was not Bobby Fish. It was Kyle O'Reilly who slid the belt in there. But so then it came down to a ref bump. Adam Cole hitting a low blow, kicking out of it, having a pinfall, but thanks to the ref bump couldn't. So he went for the Panama Sunrise, and Tommaso decided to return the favor and hit a low blow.
Okay.
And when that didn't work, to get there, he turned to Goldie to get the to use, and Johnny Gangaro came out and pulled the belt out, and then struck his former best friend again with the belt.
Former best friend again.
Yeah, quote. There you go. There's our quote.
That's really what works best for that situation.
Yeah. Adam Cole to retain the championship. Yeah, I'm not okay with this. I mean, yeah, I guess you could say it would be cool. We're getting another feud with them. They want to do the match, obviously the next, kind of make up the matchup that they didn't get last year.
Right.
But you could have done that in different ways at the same time. But the reversal thing, yes, I have more confidence that they could do it differently with Tommaso that's a babyface, but that feud literally just ended last year, and they're doing it again already.
Look, sometimes things happen. Maybe this is going to be setting up only one match.
At least possible.
Not another run of matches.
I'm sorry. I still think that the way we set it up last week is that they should have done the DIY return.
Yeah.
They took the belts off of Tommaso, off of Undisputed Era, have a long run with those belts.
Yep.
That they didn't have when the one time they've held them, and then you could maybe come and do that again. But that's just me. Yeah, I'm interested to see what they're gonna do with Evil Gungaro, but I don't know. It's just they gotta do something different with it because he technically learned his lesson because last time, wasn't he? Because he. But I guess they'll play it off that last time it was Tommaso who was manipulating him. That's why he went to the dark side.
Yeah.
Now he's choosing to go on his own. I don't know. But I'm not really happy with that. But we'll see. I'll give it.
Maybe
I'll
he
give it a
never
shot.
came back from the dark side, and now he's pissed at Tommaso for leaving the dark side.
No, maybe. I don't know. But it will be interesting to see where they go with it, and especially in tune for the WrestleMania Takeover at Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
For that. But it was definitely a good show. All the matches were definitely great. It's just some of the booking I wasn't too happy about. Which we'll use as our transition into our first topic.
Yes, this first topic. What is this first topic, Tim?
Something that's been pissing me off in wrestling lately is people who aren't tag teams who start teaming together, and then within a month they're crowned the tag team champions. I'm looking at you, AEW. You started this off, and then now NXT is doing it with the Bruiserweights. Oh, they've been doing. They were teaming a little bit longer, but they weren't tag team. Okay. I know this happens, especially in WWE. They do this a lot. This is NXT. So that's one of my big points. Don't do the same shit that you would do in the main roster.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be different than that. You have some good tag teams I think. I don't remember.
Well, in NXT they do have a few of them.
Yeah. So those could have done it. You had the potential of DIY, which you could put back together for this and done it, and people would have been happy with it. I get it's just one of those things that I think they were trying to find a way to put a belt on Riddle because they really want to put a championship on him, but they just had other people that plans for it. I don't know, but I'm sorry. This is pissing me off, especially when you're doing it during the Wednesday Night Wars, the two shows who are at war.
And the best part is both shows did it.
Yeah, I'm just like, no. I mean, it was bad enough that you had Finn Balor and Samoa Joe win the first Dusty Classic, but you didn't have half the teams in that matchup. Well, it was really actually bad, but both teams in the finale were not actual tag teams.
Right.
But they did a good job of at least spitting it as like this was a way to honor Dusty, and people wanted to be a part of it.
Right.
Who weren't part of tag team. And as a celebration of tag team wrestling, which was fine. And then since then, they focused more on just the actual generally tag teams being part of it. But this was just like, oh, we have all these tag teams, so we're going to do this tournament, but we're going to have a non-tag team win it, then go on to win the tag team titles of NXT.
Yeah.
Really?
I got to say, though, AEW, at least Kenny Omega and Adam Page have a background in tag team wrestling already.
Yes, and I'm not too mad about that, but still at the same time, it was just like, they haven't here's my thing. If they even started tagging back like in November on and off, maybe not consistently, but on and off.
Yeah.
And then more frequently they start doing it, and then it would have been a little bit better because it's okay. They're clearly using these as a team right now within the Elite as part of this internal struggle within the potential explosion of the Elite, in a sense. But I'm just sorry. I'm I'm sick and tired of this. I don't want. Stop doing this. It's bad enough that.
For me, one of the worst examples was Seth Rollins and Braun Strowman.
Braun Strowman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, again. And then on Raw, we have that matchup. And then they did it again with Buddy Murphy and Seth Rollins, when they literally had AOP a part of the faction.
Yep.
So, yeah. See, here's the thing. We can make the same. I can make the same case that New Japan does this as well. But the thing I noticed about New Japan, is that it is very common that tag teams will go off and not split up, but they'll go off and do a singles run.
Yeah.
For a little bit, and then come back and tag, and back. It's very more fluid, where like that. And it's part of everything. That's not part of AEW. I think they should do that. That's something they should definitely be incorporating. I think, and definitely not part of WWE's thing either. They just like, we don't have anything for you. Well, we'll make a tag team and we'll do that.
Yeah, we're gonna make you guys a tag team for a while. All right.
I mean, sometimes it pays off and you get the bar.
Fuck yes. They were awesome.
But they didn't win the tag titles until after they started working together and actually unifying. And then they won their first tag team championship.
Right.
That was great. That worked. But they still... I mean, they're still kind of fighting, but they were still been teaming for a while before they won the belts.
Right.
Which is great. And that's just... Stop doing this.
Yes.
This is my thing. Let's stop doing it. This leads me to talking point number dos.
All right. What is this one? It's not talking point. It's Tim rant time.
Yeah. We haven't got. I'm using these 2 talking points to rant myself up for the 3rd talking point that we'll get to.
All right.
That's when we're really gonna see me rant. I think we'll see you rant too a little bit.
Maybe.
But this one is okay. Adam, have you noticed this lately? I mean, I know there's more examples out there, but I can't really think of them at the moment, as many of them at the moment. But I know it's happened.
Okay.
A new championship is formed or crowned, and then you have the champion. They have they have their reign, and then the second champion is the person they beat in the finals.
I have noticed that within the WWE quite often.
Yeah, and AEW's done it now. So,
first
off,
yep.
we have Pete Dunne as the second champion. He did it when he took it from Tyler Bates.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had it when I'm pretty sure it was TJP dropped it to the Brian Kidrick.
Yes.
As well. We have this past week, because we actually were recording, and I mentioned this in last week's episode. I might have to rant about this, and this is why I'm ranting about it, because it happened. Rio lost the women's championship to Nyla Rose, which I've been told was an excellent matchup.
Yes, it was.
Which also shows how Rio can come out to a pretty much dead crowd and win them over by the end.
Yep.
Which because she's not been on TV as much, people don't really... They remember when she shows up, but she always comes out to a nothing response. But then they get into it because she's that damn good. And she's 21 years old.
Wow.
That's because they start when they're 10 over in Japan. And we're not kidding about that.
No.
You literally can start training at like 10.
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous, really.
And if you really want to see how good they can be at 10, go watch Kenny Omega put over a 9-year-old girl.
Yeah. She did a good job. Kenny did too.
Sure, that was definitely a lot of Kenny making her look good, which you should always do, but still, the girl did excellent.
Right.
But it was just, I'm just sick and tired of doing this.
Yeah, that to the new champion from a tournament loses their championship to the person they beat to get to the championship and to get the championship in the first. I'm not a fan of it. Now, luckily, they did not do that with the tag team division in AEW.
Yeah. They could technically do it with the World Championship
with having Paige win over Jericho.
Yeah, I don't want that.
No, somebody
Paige
else
is still
should
not
win
ready.
first.
He's still not. Yeah, someone else should win. Paige will be a future world champion. I know. It's clear about that. The last last month or two, he's definitely said he can do it.
Oh yeah,
because definitely. A lot of stuff I've seen from him never. I wasn't really sure. I always thought it more sounded like he was gonna be more of a mid card guy, who could challenge for the title but never would win it. But he's shown that he can definitely win it. And now he's using the buckshot Larry as his finisher. Mwah!
Yes.
Yeah. So, but it's just annoying because. Yes, you can just make it a case like, well, it's been a while, so they've gotten the person they beat has gotten better, and now they can beat them. Yeah, but it's just you have other people you can put in that position first, and then have that person win. It's not saying this person should never win the championship. Do they really have to be the next champion?
Yeah.
To help recover that taint of a loss or anything?
It's not necessary.
I do think this brings up an interesting point, at least for Nyla Rose's thing, because right before they crowned Rio as the champion, Rose had a little bit of a Twitter incident where she kind of went off on someone about some transgender comments, and she apologized and admitted that she handled it wrong.
Exactly.
And there was a little bit of backlash on the internet about it. So I do wonder if the original plan was for her to win.
Probably.
We don't know for her. Take it as a grain of salt, but that was actually a thought I instantly saw when I saw that. I was like, was she gonna win? And then now that they changed it in Rio, we've never heard anything backstage about that. We don't know for a fact. But it does bring that up. But again, it's just there are other people you can do, and I love Nyla Rose. I think it's great that she won. But there's other people who are more over that you could use. Or you could even get more heat on someone like Britt Baker with her heel if she targeted Rio and used, because she was saying stuff in interviews. She's never here.
Yeah.
The whole Brock Lesnar excuse. Like, she's never here. I am, and she's the champion. And then put the belt on Britt Baker, even though she's still green as fuck.
Yeah.
It still would have put more massive heat on her, which is what you want because she's a heel now.
Okay.
It would have been better. But it is what it is. I think it's not like they picked someone who wasn't worthy of the championship. But at the same time, it's just like, really?
True.
Stop doing it, people. If you have a tournament,
it's such a trope now that it needs to. I was really hoping that AEW wouldn't fall into that trope.
Yeah.
But they fell into it. Now, I mean, at the same time, it could just be a circumstance issue for them that they were like, no, we were going to put it on Nyla, but then she had that incident on Twitter, and then we were like, okay, we're not going to put it on you this time, down the road. We're going to get it right back onto you.
Which would have been fine, but again, I still don't think even if that was the reason, she should have been the second one. There are more people over they could have done, and also they could. And one of the reasons why they could also had to put the belt on. They decided to put the belt on her was also because maybe at Revolution, Rio wasn't available, so they were not going to have a women's championship match at that. So maybe that's the reason why. But you could have, again, picked someone else. But I don't know. It is what it is. It's happened. Let's just stop doing this. So, no Paige winning the world title from Jericho.
Nope.
If they do actually go through with introducing the 6-man tag titles next Jericho Cruise, whoever they be in the finals, they don't win it next. And when they eventually do bring in the women's tag team championships, whoever loses it isn't the second champions. Done, AEW.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, I just don't have any faith in NXT or in WWE to stop doing that. But speaking of Nyla Rose, we have our third ranting point.
Our third ranter. Oh, wow. We got one more. Okay.
Yes. This, I gotta actually go find the link because.
Okay. Where you wrote down a rant for this one?
No, I'm trying to get to the. Oh, I thought I sent you the link to it, but no. Okay, I thought it was something else, but this after last week's Wednesday's Dynamite when Nia Rose won the Women's Championship.
Yes.
Val Venus, of all people, took to Twitter saying that he's a Nia Rose fan, but AEW was in the wrong to have Nia Rose win the championship and it being more as a victory for her versus to get massive amounts of heat. The reason for this is because Nia Rose was born a male, and they're celebrating that it's okay that a transgender, as he puts it, who I'm assuming would still refer to Nia Rose as a man, won the women's championship. Fuck you, Val Venus.
Exactly.
Fuck you.
Where'd
my pen go?
I'm sorry. Nyla Rose is a woman, and that's how it is.
It's the things he said like that. I can't remember exactly. Oh yeah, actually I have it right here.
Okay, cool.
He says, believes that Nia Rose should be treated as a dastardly heel for that. And Jim Cornette agreed with him.
Immediately, Val Venus tweeted out, I'm so sorry that Jim Cornette agreed with everything that I've said. I've rechanged my entire worldview, and I will be leaving Twitter at this time. I'll see you guys in 6 months when I feel better and I have finished my walkabout in Australia. No, that's not what he said? Okay.
No, he did not do that. He should have, but according to apparently to Jim Cornette, they used that to get massive heat on him because of the gender thing, and that is like if they were trying to make a bad thing out of it, which is not what they were doing in any way, shape, or form.
Nope.
They've not said on camera that she's transgender. It's well known that she's transgender.
Exactly.
But they haven't gone out, you're a transgender, you shouldn't be women's champion or anything like that. No. But, so, and then, really, pretty much Jim Cornette, if you ever say anything on the internet but in wrestling, and Jim Cornette agrees with you, you should take a long, hard look at yourself because you're clearly in the wrong.
You've clearly done something that is horrible. Rethink your entire worldview, do a walkabout in Australia, and then come back after 6 months to tweet about how wrong you absolutely were.
Yeah, it's... Oh my god, I can't believe that this. But I will say this, I'm going to give major props to Cody, because someone did bring this up to Cody, and he said, you know what? I can't remember exactly what he said about it, but he just basically said... honestly, I think he just said that because he was trying to cause some controversy and he's just trying to get booked.
Yeah,
we're not going to book him. No one around us is going to book him. But I think he was just trying to say that because he's trying to get work.
Oh God, yeah.
And if you actually went and looked at Val Venus' tweets and everything, he just went off on this and he just said something. I can't remember what half this up, but it's just like, you're an idiot. And like his hashtags was transgenders is wrong. Abortion is murder.
Oh wow,
he
was just like, hey, I'm gonna piss off as many people as I can now.
Yeah, I mean, not saying someone who played a porn character in wrestling can't be conservative, but
no, but wow,
it's kind of ironic though. He played such a controversial character. And what he's doing now.
And now he's just like, hey, that right to censor character that I used to play, that was more me.
Yeah. But again, going back to Cody Ray Cooking, he did say all that. But the thing I really want to emphasize about like why I say Cody handled it the best is he said, "That's it. We're done. Don't fire back at people like this. That's what they want. Because it just cut them out, leave them be. Because the more you go back and forth with these people,
Yep.
especially on something like this, it just gives them, it just kind of empowers them to keep going because it draws attention. That's what they want. They want attention.
Oh yeah, of course.
So that's what I definitely think is a good thing. I know Adam, like this flies in the face of how you like to handle things on the internet.
Look, just because sometimes I have asked people questions, usually to validate their opinion, doesn't mean that I'm a troll in any way.
Sure you're not.
Okay, so I've trolled
All
a
right.
few times, okay? Whatever.
A few times, Adam. A few times.
Today. Just a few times today already.
All right, we're gonna move on. We're gonna get away from this bullshit of this negative comments and people who are just idiots.
Yeah, exactly.
So Adam, we have some ratings we gotta go over.
Yeah? Oh, yeah. We've got ratings. AEW once again dominating NXT. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. AEW has destroyed NXT once again with almost 100,000 more viewers than NXT this week.
Yep. And this marks 8 weeks in a row AEW has beaten NXT. Now, here's the good thing. I'm going to give the numbers first, then I'll tell you there's a positive about this because it is a great thing about it. And we've said this before, and we'll constantly say this every time it happens. So the official numbers, Adam, actually, you know what? Adam, let me swing it over to you to give the official numbers.
All right, our official numbers. NXT has 794,000 viewers, and AEW beats them with 893,000 views. Yeah, that's actually pretty decent numbers for a Wednesday night show.
Yeah. Now, and the good thing about this, both shows' ratings are once again up.
Yes. They're gaining audience. I mean, NXT definitely has the post pay-per-view boost.
Yep.
AEW decided to throw a cage match on and heavily advertised it. So
And not just that, but they also we're in the final build to Revolution a week from this Saturday,
yeah.
the 29th. So we're getting the tag team battle royal to crown number 1 contenders, which the Young Bucks did. So we're gonna get, and then Kenny and Adam Page retained against the Lucha Bros later that night. So we're gonna get an elite tag team match for the belts.
Ooh.
This will be interesting to see how that goes.
Yeah, because I mean, everyone's quote unquote friends in the match.
Yep. So they're building strong. They've had some very strong shows. I actually think the reason why the AEW's numbers went up so high was because their numbers dipped to almost, was it exactly 100,000 more than what AEW NXT did this week.
Oh wow!
Last week, so they had 817,000 last week.
Okay,
so
that's a jump for them.
They jumped, and I think, but that show was very good. It got, as always, they've been getting great reviews since the new year. That was a really particularly good show, and so I think the number with what they were advertising, the first ever cage match, and the other stuff, the build to Revolution, also people were tuning in, and you always get those people who may only watch WWE who haven't turned in lately, but post pay-per-view for NXT they tuned in.
Yep.
For that, so the numbers went up for both, which again is always a good thing.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see what next week's numbers are. I actually thought this might be the first week NXT did beat them because of the post pay-per-view bump. But the as Luke Owens has been saying over at Wrestle Talk, AEW Dynamite was a perfect show.
Look, I'm gonna just say I'm gonna always hedge my bets. It was a better show than NXT.
Oh yeah, but as he put it, he gave it the EST of NXT a 5 rating. Not just a high EST of NXT. So he just said he loved. Well, no, an all elite. I'm bad. He gave it an all elite for AEW. I forgot they keep switching. They have different names for all these shows now. So I have to think. I'll probably check that out just to see because there was a few matches in there I definitely want to look at.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Going there.
Yeah.
So
when I get the chance, I've checked out the finish to that cage match. That's crazy finish. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Orange Cassidy spot during the tag team battle royale.
I heard about that.
Yep.
Yeah. Also, looks like they're gonna have they're starting to have a storyline around the women's championship because Chris Statlander had won over Shayna.
Okay.
And from what I heard, it was a really good matchup. On her way out, the new women's champion came out for an interview, and the two had locked eyes and stared at each other. And then Little Swole also came out and challenged there.
Nice.
A storyline over your women's championship?
What? What is this?
And then we had Britt Baker who attacked Shayna backstage, so we have another story going on there.
Okay.
This looks like definitely a good... They're rebooting the whole women's division here, which is good.
Good.
And I know Cody did say in an interview about people asked him about this and saying people have been critical about that. He's like, yeah, we know and understand that, but we're working on it. It does take time, but we are trying to make it better, and we're focusing on that. People got to be patient, and which I think he's right on, but at the same time, we're right to be critical of when they made a big deal about women being paid the same.
Yes.
Being a big part of the promotion, and they kind of dropped the ball on that once TV started. They did a great job during their normal pay-per-views during the summer, but they kind of dropped the ball since TV. But it's okay. We're getting there.
It's growing pains, man. There's some growing pains that need to be gone through.
Yeah, it's let's be honest. Something was going to suffer.
Yes.
When you have to introduce all these new stars all at the same time, because it's not where, like, especially for the women's, when there are no huge, really, you have one or two really big names that people will recognize outside of WWE that you can bring in that will instantly, people will go like, oh yeah, I know them.
Right.
All the big names of women are in WWE because, well, it's just sad that they're not around, because it's just now that the WWE is making bigger name women stars and they haven't started permutating out yet. So that was always going to happen. But okay. But we're going to move on to some sad news.
Oh, what's the sad news, bro?
Kathy Kelly is leaving WWE.
What? Oh.
Yes.
She's one of my favorite backstage segment people. Interviewers.
Yeah. She was, that's not all she did. She also ran some shows for, like, I think for the network. She did some stuff on the network as well. She was definitely involved heavily in the NXT. She'd be on, like, if you watch the PC channel, WWE PC channel they have.
Okay.
She'd appear on some stuff like there all the time as well. She was kind of heavily involved in a lot of things, but she decided, she made the announcement last week that Takeover Portland would be her last show.
Oh.
And then during the she interviewed Triple H post show on Facebook, and that's when she said it there as well. And Triple H was tearing up about it.
He's a big teddy bear.
Yeah, which I'm sure, because NXT is his baby, and he brought her.
Exactly.
Brought her in for there, and just a lot of people say, when you work with people, they become, in a sense, a family. Not necessarily everyone, but they become a family.
Hey, you can't love everyone in your family.
No, you can't. So it's just one of those things where it's just like, okay. But it's sad to see her go. There's no word on exactly what she's going to be doing next. But she has worked for AfterBuzz before she went to WWE.
Okay.
And like she'll fall. There's no doubt in my mind that she'll land on her feet. But it just does kind of sad because she had that same kind of personality and potential that Renee Young had when she first started out.
All right.
Everyone just saw something about Renee Young from the beginning when she first came in. She didn't really seem to have that stumbling block that most new interviews come in with. They're trying to get used to how to do an interview with something that's fake.
Right.
Whereas like Renee Young, she just kind of naturally, she just interviewed people. She didn't care that it's fake. She's like, I'm interviewing you.
Yeah.
It just didn't seem, maybe there were probably mistakes. Everyone has them. But she just seemed to have something about her. Same with Kathy Kelly. So it will be interesting to see where she lands going forward. I wouldn't be surprised if we see her in sports. Maybe you mentioned before we record possibly doing interviews for XFL.
Yeah, sideline reporting for the XFL.
Who knows? It'll be interesting to see where she goes. But it will be sad that she won't be involved with NXT anymore. But all right, let's move on. You know what, Adam?
Yeah. Stick with the WWE, man. You got some stuff.
Yeah, stick with the WWE.
Yep.
So Joe Samoa is injured.
I'm sorry, who?
Joe Samoa.
Joe Samoa. Do you mean Samoa Joe?
No. This is the other Samoa named Joe. No.
Wait, yes. Roman Reigns?
No. The other Joe Samoa named Joe. Yes, I'm talking about Samoa Joe. Apparently, actually, I have this one open. He was filming a commercial for WWE, and he hit his head during a bad table break.
Ooh.
So he is out.
Well, that means that we'll probably have more time of Joe sitting behind the desk and commentating on things again. You know what? I gotta say, he's pretty good commentator. I mean, he's no Taz, but I mean, he's no Macho Man Randy Savage on the microphone. Ooh, yeah. But
he kind of reminds me of a certain Punk who was really good in the ring, but also when on commentary seemed to be the best in the world at that too.
He reminds me a lot of. I'm trying to find a name. I feel like I've got a hole where that needs to be filled to be able to figure out this person's name.
How about Chick Magnet?
Nah.
Chicago Made?
Yeah.
No. You know what?
No.
Let's just go for the abbreviations. CM.
Yeah. Total Punk, though. Total Punk.
Yeah. CM Punk. That's a name. But yeah, he does kind of remind me a little bit of CM Punk behind the commentary. Which is good. Whenever Samoa Joe does decide he wants to retire from wrestling, and he could do some commentary. We want the commentary. It'd be probably a good spot for him. But yeah, unfortunately, he is there. And he also recently suffered a broken thumb. Oh, that was late 2019. Never mind.
Okay.
But so he is injured. There's no status what he'll be for WrestleMania. But Joe, get better. And please stop getting injured. You get into these hot storylines and then you have to get taken out. You know why? You know why Joe keeps getting injured in WWE? He didn't have this problem in NXT, but in the main roster, they're not hard hitting enough.
I guess that's why he's getting injured.
You put him in a match that is actually hard hitting, he won't get injured. You put him in something that take it easy on people and all that.
Yeah.
He doesn't know how to. He just does something and he gets injured.
And he ends up hurting himself.
He doesn't know how to take a soft punch, so he ends up hurting himself. No. But yeah, Joe, get better.
Yeah.
There. Another one is, according to Jerry the King Lawler.
Oh, what did he say?
For Raw, under Paul Heyman, they're shying away from the scripted promos for this talent. So he's they're getting allowed to actually, express who they are without being told
Okay.
a little bit more. That's a good thing. Now, can we get Roman Reigns back on Raw so he can actually see how well he actually can do in a promo when he's not told what to say?
I mean, he probably can cut a pretty decent promo without being shackled by terrible writing, suffering succotash.
Or the character that they want him to portray when he's like, that's not the character I am.
Yeah.
But so that'll be interesting to see if, how the case is, and if this turns out to be really true and they really do ease up on that. Maybe for SmackDown they'll do that next. So it'll definitely be interesting to see for there. Let's see, Joe. Anything up on there?
There's my pen.
Yeah, it looks like we're done with WWE. So
all right, let's get to the AEW stuff then.
Yeah, so guess what?
What?
Matt Hardy dropped an AEW reference.
Again?
But it wasn't as clear because after his attack last week,
Yes.
he tweeted that against everyone's warnings, he decided to show up on Raw this week to confront Randy Orton, though he can compete.
I don't see the reference in a tweet like that. I mean, if you saw it, you'd have to probably be some like elite decipherer or something, cryptographic person.
Well, he did happen to capitalize the letters of those first three words.
Okay, so he made it kind of obvious.
Yeah, he did. When I saw that, I read it. I also kind of I breezed straight over. I didn't even pick it up. I didn't even realize the letters were capitalized. But when I then saw that, I was like, oh, yep, okay, I know exactly what they're talking about.
Yeah,
nice little reference.
There was also what he tweeted out a picture of himself watching Dynamite yesterday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting. I didn't even see that. Hear about that.
And specifically, it was a Dark Order spot.
Well, Alan, since we brought that one up, we're gonna just jump right to it.
Okay.
Has the Exalted One been revealed?
Well, it's Matt Hardy. Of course it is.
No. Apparently, he may have been on Dynamite last night.
What?
In the crowd during a Dark Order segment.
Who?
Raven.
Quoth the Raven, nevermore. Just... Okay, I mean, Raven is weird, and he's done the Raven's flock before.
Yep.
And he's always had the gimmick of being a cult leader.
Yeah. It's definitely interesting. Obviously, this is like a red herring.
Oh, yeah.
To throw people off. But according to, as I'm quoting Luke Owen again, please let it be Raven. As he said in today's review of Dynamite, he basically just said, please let it be Raven. I want it to be Raven. Now, he would be one of those people who, if you didn't turn out to be Matt Hardy, would be a great alternative.
I have a better swerve for you. Hold on, let me look around for a second. Yeah. Luke Harper.
No.
Oh, Brody Lee. Sorry.
No.
Turns out that it's actually Matt Jackson this entire time.
Well, you could kind of make sense of it because it was Matt and Nick who said they had high hopes for the Dark Order.
Yeah.
When they brought him in.
Nick Jackson, every time. It's actually both of them, but Matt is the one who's in control of it. Nick Jackson just continuously does the merch freak thing. Like he comes out with his brother. He's like, merch freak. Starts hawking some of the merchandise right from the ring, and you're like, okay.
He's like, here's some merch. You want some merch? Here's some merch. Merch freak.
Just walks away.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's clearly a red herring, but Raven would be an interesting take.
Yeah.
Instead of went there. But I doubt that. Also, since Raven was there, we got a photo from Jimmy Havoc, who talked about how he got to hang out with him and get some advice from a fellow hardcore wrestler.
See, I wouldn't mind seeing Raven come in and having a program with Jimmy Havoc.
Yeah, same here. But there was a few other people backstage last night.
Ooh.
DDP.
Okay, I mean he's there. He's a friend of the company. He's technically a wrestler for the company.
Yeah. But, yep, he was backstage. He's often there.
Okay.
But there was also a AA wrestler backstage.
Oh.
Austin Aries.
Huh. That's an interesting person to have backstage at AEW.
Now, before the speculation goes wild in our comments board, because you know how wild those
Nick,
two people...
Tim, I've got it right now. I just put the pieces together. Austin Aries, Chris Jericho at the next pay-per-view. Austin Aries becomes the second ever AEW champion. Holds it for 2 years. Yep. Austin Aries signed to AEW, confirmed right here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, no. Before people could get that, go wild, rampant in speculation in our comments board, because you know how wild you people get in our comments board.
I know.
Austin Aries has actually been working with DDP Yoga as of late. Of course, my brother decides to call me when I'm doing my podcast.
Right in the middle of the show.
Yep. But anyway, he has been working with DDP. That's why he was there. They came together. So, but doesn't mean things can't happen because he was backstage later on. But it wasn't like something he was there. I mean, something could always break later on, but only time will tell for that. But continuing on with AEW news.
Yeah.
AEW is launching their first podcast with Tony Schiavone.
Oh, okay. Like a behind-the-scenes podcast? Interviewing people?
Yeah, I think he's coming. It's actually launched today, I believe. I don't have it up here. But yeah, he's gonna be. I don't think they're necessarily behind the scenes. It's gonna be their official podcasts of AEW. Hopefully, they won't do like 7, start trying to start a podcast network like
the WWE.
Yeah, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see there. Just throwing that out there. Also, we finally got a look at AEW's first action figures. No surprising, it's the Elite and Chris Jericho with the replica of the little tiny AEW Championship belt. They actually look pretty good, really good. Like some of WWE's recently ones haven't looked that good.
Yeah.
So these ones look really they look dead on the characters, which is good. Though we're in 2020. Can we get the joints that where the wrestlers bend? Can we make it finally come up with the technology where we can have the arms bend, but we don't? It's not obviously that it's a hinge there. Please, come on, people! It's 2020.
Yeah,
we're supposed to have hover cars. Well, according to Hollywood.
Yeah.
And then Adam, I'll let you take this one because you actually watched the finish of this matchup.
Whew.
The first AEW cage match.
First of all, I love the fact that the chain link cage goes all the way to the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike WWE, which kind of sits near the top of the skirt.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this one goes all the way to the floor, so nobody can even get, like, escape accidentally.
I also like that they had the rigging
Yep.
that's up on the top on the side as well.
Yeah. And it's taller.
Oh yeah, Luke Owen. Again, I'm talking from Wrestle Talk just because he just his reaction to this is again. Remember, he gave this an all elite rating for this show, which is, oh my god, that cage is massive.
Yeah.
So,
What did I hear? It's 15 feet off the floor.
I actually think it's like basically I think it's the actual height of the original Hell in a Cell.
So yeah, it's about 15 feet then to the outside floor.
Yeah, because the new Hell in a Cell is about 20 feet, I believe. So, but still, that's huge. When they finally do their version of War Games, I can only imagine what the cage is going to look like.
Real, honestly, cap that. Take that same thing and just cap it.
See, I will say this. I was a little disappointed. I was kind of hoping they would go back to the steel bars type cage.
Yes.
Because it just has such a unique, distinct look.
It did. The problem is it doesn't have a good sound.
Oh, I know. Trust me, I know. You can rig it so to have a good sound, but
I mean, all you have to do is put so that every other bar is technically just you could either do it the vertical ones or the horizontal ones. They're instead of welded to each other, they go through.
Yeah.
And then set one of them as loose.
Also, you could do is you could have the bars as your main thing, and the chain linked as well.
Yeah.
So you still get the best of both. You had the chain link, but you also have the sound.
That's true.
So, but yeah, I understand why they don't do, but it just has a unique look, to it. And I do remember when WWE used to use the blue bars, that did have a sound, so you can get a good sound.
Yeah, they did have a sound. I mean, I don't know. I like chain link a little bit better.
Yeah, it was just I was looking for something a little bit different, but the molding on the side, is definitely a nice look and does make it unique. And also, it's not they don't have a pole at the top like WWE's does, and then the rigging.
Yeah, it's straight to the rigging.
It doesn't even stick to the rigging. It's just there. It just stops.
Oh yeah.
And then you have the rigging. So I like that. That's the nice thing. So you have to climb up and over the rigging to get out.
Yep.
But yeah, that moonsault by Cody, I believe I saw either a GIF of it or what, but yeah.
That was a statement making moonsault. That was crazy.
Yeah, definitely. I haven't heard anything how well Wardrow, or whatever his name is.
Wardlow?
Yeah. Actually did in the match, but it sounds like Cody made him look really good in the ring.
Cody made him look like a star.
So, it'll be interesting when I watch the matchup to see really pay attention to him and not how Cody's making him look.
Yeah.
To see how well he actually is, but they wouldn't put someone like that in the spot if they didn't think he was someone to put in that spot. But yeah, Adam, we have one more piece of news to wrap this son of a bitch up.
Yes, what is that last piece of news, Tim?
So, last Thursday, the day after we recorded.
Yeah.
As always, when we record on a Wednesday, this happens all the time.
Yeah.
Ring of Honor announced they are bringing back the Pure Championship.
Oh.
Now, I think people who don't know about Ring of Honor and their history, before they brought in the television championship and everything, they had the Pure Championship, which most people said it was basically their real wrestling. You could actually hit, like, it was almost like MMA.
It was like an old school
style
restrictions to a match.
It was the when they had it, for the 2 years they had it, it was definitely the workhorse technical element of wrestling.
Yeah.
But the rules were simple. No headshot, close fist shots to the head, but I do believe they were allowed to the body.
Okay.
And obviously not to the groin, obviously. Each competitor had 3 rope breaks. But once you use your rope breaks, you can't, it doesn't matter. If a submission or a pin happens under the ropes, it's legal.
Oh.
So they're bringing that back in a tournament. They've announced the dates of the first round on the 12th of April and the second round on the 24th of April, I believe. So I do hope that they do bring that back. When they bring it back, they do update the rules a little bit, make it a little bit different, but still keep that mystique about that, what it was that people apparently loved that championship.
Yeah.
So, but it was an interesting thing that they're bringing that back and adding another championship to their roster.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how they go about that. I definitely think this was Marty Squirrel thing.
Probably.
Though it is interesting that they did do a poll of asking the fans if they should bring it back. And apparently, a lot of people said yes. So I'm pretty sure Marty's like, "We're bringing it back. Yeah. I don't care what you say. We're bringing it back."
That's coming back.
That's all I have, Adam. You got anything?
I do gotta let everyone know this Sunday, New England Wrestling Alliance is gonna have a new episode of Slammin' Saturdays. We got 4 awesome matches prepared for you, ladies and gentlemen. We've got, of course, our Chowda Championship. Will Gazan be able to, at the very least, not be pinned this week? And or might he even be able to win the championship for the second week in a row? We got tag team action. Zop Club, they are dominant still, taking on Monster Squad. This represented by Slender and Dr. Fear. Then we have some singles action of Kirito versus Arthur Morgan. And PJ DeSilvia is once again putting up a chance to face him at Blood Feud 3. He'll be taking on the Reaper this week, who interfered last week in the match, in PJ's match, giving Uncle Freddy a win. I wonder what will happen this week. Will Uncle Freddy get some revenge, or will the Reaper once again try to pull out a win with some underhanded tactics? Who knows? Maybe PJ DeSilvia would just knock his lights out and win anyway. Check it out tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, I'm sorry, Adam. We had some technical difficulties. That did not get recorded. I'm sorry.
Shut up. I'm the one editing this show. It worked perfectly.
I don't know what you're talking about. Not on my end, it didn't. Or your end. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's all we have for the show today.
Yes.
Comment down below. Let us know what you thought of TakeOver Portland. Do you agree that Johnny Gungaro should have turned heel, or if they should have done DIY reunion? Let us know in the comment section. Since you're heading down that way and you made it to an end of an hour and 20 some odd minute podcast, give this podcast a thumbs up.
I kind of wish we had a sound effect there.
Boing.
I mean, okay.
I don't know.
Boing.
I don't know.
Boop.
Yeah, it doesn't make a sound when you do a thumbs up.
Yeah, I know. But ding. I don't know.
That'll be the new gimmick for the next
We'll figure
few
something.
weeks.
Hey, get down in the comment section. Let us know what kind of sound effect we should use for give us a thumbs up.
There you go. And then since it's right next to it, hit that subscribe button.
Ding.
Ring that bell.
Ding. Ding.
And get bent like Adam's stupid wrestling fed that shows up on Sundays.
You know what? It's a great show. It's a great show. You don't make fun of that show. Maybe one day I'll put you in the show.